Good morning, all. My name is Sneha Susan Sakaria. I am a final year PG student in Little Flower Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, Angamali, Kerala. The title of my study is Association between Depression and Cardiovascular Risk Factors in Patients with Acute Myocardial Infarction. Moving on to the introduction, the acute myocardial infarction refers to a degree of myocardial ischemia due to interruption of blood supply that causes necrosis in the myocardium. Commonly, acute MI occurs when partially occluded coronary artery is constricted further by a vasospasm or a plaque, which triggers formation of thrombus and occludes coronary artery. Depression is prevalent, debilitating and underdiagnosed condition that affects approximately 20% of patients with recent myocardial infarction and is associated with increased risk of recurrent cardiac events. A potential mediator of their poor outcomes might be depressive symptoms which occurs in 1 of every 3 patients with acute MI and have been shown to be associated with detrimental long-term outcomes. Previous studies suggest that there is a strong association between depression and the cardiovascular risk factors in acute myocardial infarction. Kim J. Smolger et al. Conducted a study regarding depressive symptoms in younger women and men with acute myocardial infarction. Study enrolled 3,572 patients with acute MI. The result of the study suggests that the patients with more depressive symptoms had higher levels of stress and worse quality of life. Depressive symptoms were more prevalent among patients with lower socioeconomic profiles such as lower education, uninsured, and with more cardiovascular risk factors such as diabetes and smoking. And another study conducted by Karen Kaiser and et al. Conducted a study regarding depressive symptoms and risk of new cardiovascular events or death in patients with myocardial infarction. The particular study was carried out on 897 patients discharged with first-time MI. The results of this study suggest that the depressive symptoms following the first-time myocardial infarction was an independent prognostic risk factor for death, but not for new cardiovascular events. Also found no subgroups of patients with a particularly high relative risk of adverse outcomes. The aim of the study is to provide further evidence for the association between depressive symptoms and selected sociodemographic factors in patients with acute myocardial infarction after 1 to 4 weeks of discharge from hospital. The objectives are assess the degree of depression in patients with acute myocardial infarction and also find the association between the degree of depression and selected sociodemographic variables. Moving on to the research methodology, the descriptive comparative design has been used for the study. This study was conducted between February to June 2019. The study was conducted at the Department of Cardiology, Little Flower Hospital and Research Center, Angamali, Kerala, South India. A total number of 120 samples were included in the study. Out of 60 males and 60 were females. The simple random sampling method was chosen. The inclusion criteria was the males and female patients with acute myocardial infarction aged between 45 to 60 years of age, willing participants, patients not suffering with any other diseases or complications. The exclusion criteria was the unwilling patients, non-depression patients, those who on postmenopausal hormone therapy. The data was collected using a performa and a standard questionnaire. The baseline characteristics of the patients were assessed by a structured performa and also a 9-item version of the patient health questionnaire known as PHQ-9 to assess the degree of depression in patients with acute MI. The statistical analysis was performed using IBM SPSS version 20.0 software to test the statistical significance of the association of categorical factors with PHQ score. Chi-square test was used. Categorical variables are expressed using frequency and percentage. Continuous variables are presented by mean and standard deviation. Moving on to the results, p-value less than 0.05 is considered as statistically significant association. Among 60 male patients, 29 have PHQ score moderate to severe and severe compared to females, which are 9. The results showed statistically significant association because the p-value is less than 0.001. The total sample size of our study was 120 patients. Among 120 patients, 22 patients were unmarried. Out of 22 unmarried patients, 9 have PHQ score moderate to severe and severe compared to those who are married. Moving on to the education, it is not statistically significant with the PHQ score because p-value is 0.107, which is greater than 0.05. Moving on to the insurance, it is also not statistically significant with the PHQ score because p-value obtained is 1.00, which is more than 0.05. The diabetes shows statistically significant with the PHQ score and strong association with the p-value of 0.020, which is less than 0.05 among 43 patients who were diabetic. Out of 17 patients who have PHQ score moderate to severe and severe compared to those who have no diabetic. The result shows statistically significant association. The hypertension do not show a statistically significant association with the PHQ score because the obtained value is 0.409, which is greater than 0.05. The obesity also do not show a significant association. The p-value obtained is 0.236, which is greater than 0.05. Moving on to the discussion, this study was undertaken to analyze and find the association between the depression and certain cardiovascular risk factors among acute MI survivors. Majority of the studies have evaluated the association between depression and the potential cardiovascular risk factors. In this study, the cardiovascular parameters were evaluated with the degree of depression. The study examined the association of severity of depression with socio-demographic factors such as gender and marital status, socio-economic factors such as education and insurance, clinical profiles such as past history of diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. The study demonstrated depression is more among unmarried males recovered from acute MI with a past history of diabetes. The level of education, insurance, hypertension, and obesity have not shown any association with depression. Female sex hormones have been associated with a less atherogenic lipid profile and a more healthy fat distribution. Estrogens prevent depression-like behavior induced by HF post-MI in adult females by inhibiting a pro-inflammatory cytokine production and actions in the prefrontal cortex. In contrast to males, females with heart failure after myocardial infarction do not develop depression-like behavior or increase in prefrontal cortex cytokines. However, after ovarectomy, females exhibit similar changes which are prevented by 17-beta estradiol replacement. Neuroinflammation in the prefrontal cortex in male subjects may contribute to depression-like behavior, whereas in estrogen-dependent absence in female subjects are protected against the depression. Increased awareness and intensified treatment for coronary patients' depressive symptoms can be very beneficial. Similarly, the high stress scores noted in both men and women who had a PHQ-9 score greater than or equal to 10 are modifiable and important treatment targets that are also associated with adverse cardiac disease outcomes. Recently, several intervention studies have been shown to be helpful in reducing depressive symptoms and stress, improving patients' quality of life, and rendering promising results with regard to patients' cardiovascular prognosis. Moving on to the conclusion, the current study indicates depression is more among unmarried males recovered from acute myocardial infarction with a past history of diabetes mellitus. The level of education, insurance, hypertension, and obesity have not shown any association with depression. Further studies in large population could be used to understand the association between depressive symptoms with socio-demographic and clinical parameters. This information will be useful to target future prevention and intervention programs that can help address depression as an important cardiac risk factor in this vulnerable group of patients. These are my references. Thank you.